Hey, welcome to another episode of Irreverentmeals I Can't Even Meals. If you like these videos, head over to the Irreverent Health YouTube channel. You just type in Irreverent Health into YouTube and I should be there. And then click the little subscribe button and also the little bell to see to get updates whenever I upload new videos. But today I'm making sushi. I haven't made sushi before, like ever. I mean, I've eaten the sushi. I've come to love sashimi. It's really great protein with fish, salmon, tuna, shrimp, and then all of the other varieties of things. But sometimes with sushi, it can get kind of tricky because, you know, it's got traditionally a whole bunch of white rice. And it also has like little sauces on the side that are either really high in sodium, have MSG with the soy sauce and stuff, soy sauce and stuff. And then also like aiolis. So there's traditionally a mayo, like a spicy mayo. And something that was really great turns into something that's not necessarily the best thing for us depending upon our plan. So today we're making it an alternative. And hey, Zorila, I love that you participate every time. That's Lee Marie's mom. I love her so much. I need to do another Puerto Rican dish and I need your help with that. So we've got to find another green way to do that. But for today, so instead of traditional rice, sticky rice, I played with a bunch of different recipes, and honestly, I still don't think it's the best. I'm gonna continue to play with it. But I went to Trader Joe's, and I got this pre-floured or pre-riced cauliflower rice. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, there it is. See, it was in not the freezer section, which is totally fine, but in the refrigerated section. And it was like $2.20 or something for this big bag. So what I used was about 3 cups of cauliflower rice, and I put that into this pan here. Because what I'm trying to do is reduce it down and make it a little bit sticky. So what I did was I added 2 tablespoons of white vinegar and on medium heat and kind of let that simmer for about 2 minutes. And then I added just like a tablespoon of coconut aminos. Sorry, you can't, coconut aminos there. And then I added 2 tablespoons of CB Supplement collagen protein powder. So the reason I did that is because what I was trying to do was to get it to congeal together and be sticky so that it sticks kind of like sushi rice. And it's still not quite there. But you guys, like, so this is gonna be the finished product. Well, shoot. Just thinking, all right, that's, where's the light? There. That's the finished product, right? Like, it's not awful, right? It's pretty okay. And it's holding together nicely, but I think it could even be better. But for right now, I'll tell you what I did, and then if you wanna play around with it too, you're more than welcome to. So I let that cook down along with, the last thing I added was light coconut milk. So I added 4 tablespoons of that to 3 cups of cauliflower rice, and I cooked that down until it reduced and started to look like this. So if you look here, I don't know if you can see, it's still kind of falling apart. So then what I did was I looked for recipes to see what I could do to it. So then I added 2 tablespoons of cream cheese. Normally, I'm trying to be like super healthy and try not to use cream cheese. But in this case, I did. And what happened was it became a lot, it became a lot more sticky, a lot more like congealed. So worst case scenario, do all those things, have a little bit of cream cheese in there to help it bind. And that can be your cauliflower rice base. The other thing I did was I got these nori sheets. This was super intimidating for me, you guys. Like, super intimidating. I'm like, they look like paper. I'm not sure it's gonna be okay. But I watched like 8 videos and they were like, every single person's like, they're tougher than they look. Don't worry about it. And when I tried this first one, they really are. They're a lot more sturdy than they look. I got this one at Fresh Market. I've seen them at Publix. I'm sure Whole Foods has them, but I think there's like 10 in a pack. If you're on the 5-in-1, this counts as a condiment. So it's kind of fun. You're not gonna have it on the outside because the cauliflower rice just isn't sticky enough to do the rice on the outside. But the cool thing about that is you don't have to have a roller. You don't have to have a sushi roller, which I have one of those things, but I don't want to have to use it. I just realized as I said that, the one thing I do need, parchment paper. This is gonna be your roller. So, because who owns a sushi roller except for people who've made sushi before? Nobody does. Unless maybe you just got married. I don't know. You have a reason. You have a reason for it. But before we get into that, the other prep work that I did was look at this, you guys. I feel like, you can't see anything. I might move this. Hold on. Hi, is that better? Come over here. We had one and used it once, but Cass, okay, so Cass Russell said she had one and she used it once, but then what did you do with it? Do you still have it? Cass, do you still have your, sorry, hold on. Do you still have your sushi roller thing? All right, while I wait for Cass to answer, we threw it away. Exactly. So parchment paper is great for everything. I adore parchment paper. So for these vegetables, okay, so initially I took bell peppers, cucumbers, all these different colored peppers, and I was slicing them by hand, and I was trying to do these little matchstick thingies. And then I looked again on the YouTubes, and I saw this trick with a mandolin. This is gonna be really tricky for me to do this here, but I'm still gonna try. All right, so a mandolin is something, number one, you always want to use the guard, because I sliced the top of my finger off before. When I say always, I mean except for this one instance right now where I'm at, well, let's see. All right, someone called ER. All right, so it's got little teeth. Put it here. You can see that there's a little slicer here. I'm gonna show you the underneath part. See how it creates this little ribbon guy? This is perfect for sushi because you can just like lay it out. So I sliced up, I went from trying to do the matchsticks to doing those little slices. And so I have these like little slices of peppers because I got that mandolin at TJ Maxx for like, or no, was it Burlington? Doesn't matter. You can get them anywhere. Where can I buy that? Jennifer, you can buy it at the mandolin. I've seen it at TJ Maxx, Target, Walmart. Publix probably even has one, but I wouldn't get it from there. I would just get it from one of those other places. I used to have one that had a container, but that was annoying to me, so I ended up buying this one, which is just a handheld, and I can just really quickly just go over it. And this one has three different levels of thickness, which is great. All right, so I did that with the peppers, cucumbers, and then I did the same thing with the jalapenos. So I took a little I took a little jalapeno, see? So this is gonna be great for our sushi. The last thing I did, so for your protein, for sushi, I went to Fresh Market and they were like, we don't have sushi grade salmon that we sell over the counter, but we do have sashimi. So they had this little box of sashimi. So if you wanted to create sushi with cauliflower rice, didn't want to have to buy and cut everything up, it's already done for you. So that's one thing. I also though got wild caught shrimp, and I made those and I cut them up into little pieces that I can use for sushi. And then this is this was the first time I ever saw this guy. He was super intimidating to me. I mean, look at him, right? He's beautiful, he's big, he's luxurious. This is ahi tuna. All you do is take this ahi tuna and slice it. You can eat it raw, like a Klondike bar. That's not right. Like a bear. Whatever. You can eat it raw. You can also marinate it in some coconut aminos, garlic, and maybe some wasabi if you wanted to make it spicy. I just did mine plain, and then the heat is going to come from this next thing that I did, which, okay. So for mayo, I don't like mayo. Mayo makes me sad. So like I got Greek yogurt. I put a container of Greek yogurt into a Ziploc bag. I squirted, what's it called? Sriracha in there for heat. A little bit of garlic powder and a little bit of wasabi powder, if you have wasabi powder, because that brings the heat too. And then I just went whatever. And then I cut the little tip off right here. And I'm gonna show you how I use that tip when I roll the sushi. Okay, so those are all. That's all the prep work, right? That's all the prep work. Let's see if I can pull this back over here. And let's see what you can see. Can you see this guy? Let's see. There. All right, so what I've done, ripped a piece of parchment paper, then I have this sheet. You can kind of see, pretty sturdy. It's more sturdy than it looks. You can see it's not ripping or anything. You can also see that it has these little perforated edges, so that'll make it easier to roll. But there, I don't know if you can see this. That's a shiny side, and that's a dull side. They both look shiny. All right, there's a shiny side, and then there's a dull side. You want to put the shiny side down is the way this is going to work. And also parchment paper down in a way that it doesn't roll. All right. So here's the next thing. Seriously, I really want you to be able to see this better. Let's try it that way. Can you see? Yeah. All right. So I have my cauliflower mock rice mixture here, and I'm gonna lay it down here. So this is not, of course, 3 cups, but you want to make it, as thick as you want to. Out here. So the good thing about cauliflower rice is it's got a lot of fiber in it, and that's really great for our stomachs. Helps us feel full a lot longer. It's great with omega-3s as far as the healthy fat, which is crazy that cauliflower would have that. So what I'm doing is I'm not going to the very edge of it. You can see I've left this last part out, because that's going to be when I roll it. When I roll it over, that's going to be the part that seals it. So for me, for my desire right now, what do I want to do? I'm going to lay down some of these really pretty peppers. So I'm going to lay those down, and we're just going to line them up. I'm going to lay some yellow peppers because I want it to be pretty. Reminds me of Ansley scrimshaw. Oh, if you want to do a veggie one too, like a California roll, you would just do all vegetables. That would be fun too. I like protein, like animal protein. So that's just me. No shame either way. I'm not gonna shame anybody. What am I doing? All right, guys, what do you want? What, shrimp? Is anybody watching? Whoa. All right, I'll do shrimp this time. So I'm gonna take some of the shrimp. Oops. And I will just kind of line them up on here. I want to make sure I have enough shrimp throughout the entire thing here. And down. All right, and then I heard that the cilantro was a really fun add to some of these. So I'm going to add some cilantro. And then I also, because shrimp, so if you have salmon, you may not need to add any extra healthy fat, but if you have shrimp, you can. So I'm gonna add, I already cut up an avocado. I'm gonna add that avocado to the top. And then on top of that, I'm gonna add a few of these sliced jalapenos because I like it really hot. I feel like this is becoming like a Chipotle burrito. It's pretty big. Oh, last thing. Where is it? Coconut aminos. So I'm gonna add just a little bit of drizzle, like a coconut aminos over the top of it. And then I'm going to wet my finger. I'm gonna take my well wet fingers and I'm gonna run it across the top of the nori sheet, because that's gonna be the way that we seal it. And then I'm gonna take, see if you can see it. I'm gonna take this guy, don't be intimidated. I really was the first time. And then just take it, kind of like, again, I'm gonna go back to Chipotle with this. They do a good job of wrapping their burritos pretty well. So, well, shrimp are coming out the side. I haven't made this with shrimp yet. All right. So, shrimp may be a little bit tricky. All right, so I have now, sorry, Jackie and Donna, if you're watching, you know you're laughing. So what I'm gonna do then is stick that in the refrigerator for, I'll roll it up and I'll stick it in the refrigerator for like, I don't know, 30 minutes, an hour or something like that. Just so that it'll firm up a little bit. And let's see, did I make another one? You guys, I didn't. Okay. Well, when you pull it out of the refrigerator, you're gonna cut it in half, and then you're going to, oh, you know what, never mind. This might fall apart because it's not firmed up yet, but let's just see what happens. All right, I'm gonna take a knife, I'm gonna show you. Probably should do it more. Oh my gosh, shrimp is falling everywhere. All right, so maybe don't do shrimp. Stinking shrimp isn't it? I mean, or do like one piece of shrimp. Don't cut it up like I did, like an idiot. All right, so I'm gonna, in the center, I'm gonna cut it down the center here with a really not sharp knife. Okay. And then I can, with a nori sheet, it's pretty much, you could do it into thirds, or you could cut it in half again and then cut it into fourths, which is what I'm gonna do. And just kind of slide your knife really gently down it. It should cut. Once it's in there, it should do pretty well. So you can kind of see this one, this little guy. Well, wait. There we go. Wait for it. There it is. So I probably could have wrapped him a little bit tighter, but that's essentially sushi. We just made it. So exciting. The other thing though is dipping sauces, right? So instead of soy sauce, which is really high in sodium and also really has, a lot of times they have MSG, some of it has gluten. Coconut aminos, 75% less sodium, delicious, amazing, totally great dipping sauce for your sushi. So I have a little bit right here. If you mix that with a little bit of, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm using my fingers, so it's not smart. And I just put the whole thing in there. A little bit of wasabi paste. Man, this is gonna be really, really hot. I'm probably gonna die. That's one dipping sauce. The other option too is to take your mock spicy mayo, and you could have put it, before I wrapped up the sushi roll, I could have put it on there and just kind of drizzled it on there, or I could put it here on the side, and I could make that look really pretty, but I'm not going to because I'm using one hand. So you could have a little bit of dipping sauce, a little bit of your spicy mayo, and then, let's see, that's going to burn. It is going to burn. You guys want to see it happen? I like hot things, but this is going to be, I'm pretty sure my nostrils are going to get on fire. Here we go. We'll do a little bit of this mayo right here. Again, not really mayo. Okay. It's good though. Oh my God. A little hot. It's a little hot. The one thing that I would probably do with the shrimp especially, and with the salmon or the whatever it is, I would probably marinate any of those things a little bit in coconut aminos, even just 1 tablespoon. It'll absorb it like a little sponge, and it'll make it flavorful throughout. But in general, like that's all she wrote. I mean, it's super simple, right? Like, it's not as intimidating as like it looks. I mean, it's not professional or anything, but you want sushi, you got sushi. It's right there. Does anyone have any questions? I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, if you haven't already, I've already told you guys this. Stock up on this stuff right here, because I'm going to be doing a lot of recipes with CV supplements, protein, collagen protein, because it's not just a thickener. It is good for your body, good for your gut health, good for your brain health. Yeah, and if you have any questions, just put them in the chat as you have them. You don't have to watch live for that to happen. But go to the Irreverent Health YouTube channel and subscribe if you get a chance. Okay, have a great, was it Wednesday? Have a great Wednesday. Bye.